Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this installment of Success Stories. I'm Dr. Lindsay Cawthon. I lead our Career Development Center here at Baylor College of Medicine, and I'm joined by one of our distinguished alums, nurse anesthetist Tiffany Haley Adams. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes. So we'd love to hear a little bit about your training background.
Okay. So before I joined the Baylor College of Medicine Nurse Anesthesia program, I was actually an ICU nurse for just shy of about 9 years, ranging from adults also to pediatrics as well as neonatal ICU. And then throughout the program here, I also was able to rotate through some of our clinical rotations, such as Ben Taub Hospital, Methodist Hospital, and then also out in Snyder as well.
Excellent. Well, you had such a great experience coming in and then being able to be here in the medical center at Baylor. I know we'll hear a little bit more about how that rounded out your experience. I'd love to hear kind of where you started to see you needed to invest in the next step in your career development and what that looked for you in terms of the most helpful resources while you were here at Baylor.
I have to say one thing that stood out was actually the networking panel. It's the DNP Networking and Alumni panel that was hosted by the Career Development Center. And it was just a bunch of CRNAs that had already graduated from Baylor that were talking about like 4 of the main topics, such as how to get a job and make sure that you're marketing yourself appropriately, how to pay off student loans, because no one really thinks about that during school. You just want to get in, and then after you're like, wait, now I have to pay it back. So it was really nice for alumni who went through the program that I was currently struggling through, just to kind of, show me that the light at the end of the tunnel is absolutely worth it, and then kind of to help give me the steps that I needed so I could start being proactive to make sure that I'm successful after I graduated.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about your current role and kind of how long you've been in that role and what you felt like prepared you most from your training here to transition successfully?
Okay. So I graduated from the Baylor DNP Nurse Anesthesia program December of 2023. I was the president of my cohort. And in March of 2024, I actually started working, still Baylor faculty, but at Texas Children's Hospital. So I'm one of the pediatric nurse anesthetists there. Love my job. Love the kids. It's been absolutely great. And one of the best things, especially just starting from that networking panel and then just speaking to some of the colleagues and then some of my preceptors as well, was just being super proactive. So there were times where I was like, no, I shouldn't be looking into job opportunities this early, but everyone's like, no, you should actually be looking now. Like, even though you have like a whole nother year before you're considered a senior, you should start looking into these things and start thinking about loan repayments, taking that into consideration when you're looking at who's offering jobs and stuff. That found that to be very, very helpful. And so when I'm precepting now, that's what I try and share with the nurse anesthesia students who rotate through as well.
That's wonderful. It's great to see that you remember what it was like and you're paying it forward, because that just pays such dividends as we continue to work through and train others, that we just have this kind of cycle of paying it forward. So thank you for that.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
thank you for the work that you're doing with children as a parent. That's huge. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So looking back and thinking about, you got someone that's new coming into the DNP program here and nurse anesthetist program, what would you say to that person as we close out today?
I think the biggest thing that I would highlight is the importance of reading your syllabus in its entirety on day 1, which is crazy to say because you have so many other things going on. But if you read it its entirety and then you go to the back, you can see what all major projects are going to be required of you. And that's how you're able to formulate your study plan. So that way you can get all of your courses together, formulate your study plan, use the resources here with career development, start working on your resume early, like as you're attending conferences and submitting paperwork that could potentially be published. Update your resume frequently so you can always have it on hand when you're precepting or when you're rotating in the OR and someone says, hey, you would be really great here, and you slide your resume out, it's already ready, and you can say, well, here's my information. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and then you can kind of go from there.
Yes, it favors the prepared, doesn't it?
Correct.
Yes, yes. And there are many of you that I know have offers before you've ever finished, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
So that is something that are some words of wisdom that everyone
Yes,
should put into
absolutely.
practice. So thank you again so much. And thank you for all of you for
course.
tuning in. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.